What's control?
I don't know. I've never tried Control B before. I've always just done A. Oh, man. But yeah, not to keep harping on the Bach thing, but that's sort of the reason why, at least when I was in college as a music major, one of your theory classes was almost entirely dedicated to his fugues and the idea of the composition style that he wrote them in, which is called counterpoint. You have to take an entire semester-long class just on him. But it's cool because you get to listen to really great music.
Did the actual game in the arcade use a spinner?
I don't think it did. Actually, you know what? It did. It did use a spinner. Yeah, that's why they called it Gyruss. Because isn't that a gyroscope?
Gyruss.
Gyroscope? Gyruss? Gyruss.
Gyruss.
Gyruss. Yeah, I'm already getting ripped from some of my friends complaining about how I explaining Bach to people in the worst way possible. But somewhere in central New Jersey, my music theory teachers are all crying in shame. This is another one of those, like, because it has that sort of classical feel to it, but it's like sped up and it has that sort of ascending line to it that makes it just makes it much more intense.
I always like it when they take a classic arcade game and they adapt it for a home console to make it more playable.
Yeah.
Like they did that with Contra, they did it with Super C, they did it with this game. And even, like, I think the NES versions of Double Dragon, well, at least 2, is way better than the arcade.
Yeah, you know, it's funny that you hear that a lot, like how there's like all these, you know, arcade ports that people just like hate and they're just terrible. But like a lot of times you find ports that are better, or at least on par. I mean, obviously not on par, like, you know, graphically, but I mean, gameplay-wise, I mean, this is a great translation from the arcade. And like you said, there was like, you know, Contra. I mean, the Contra arcade game is not. It's so because it always felt so slow to me.
Yeah, it's weird.
When you play, like, it's
the controls are weird because of the way that you aim your gun.
Yeah,
that's what makes it bad.
and you got like you got games like if I'm not mistaken, the port of Midnight Resistance I think is as good or if not better than the arcade game.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, there's
way better than the arcade.
Yeah.
So that's why I like, because they knew they didn't have the horsepower to port it properly. So, well, Midnight Resistance not so much, but mostly like the NES games where the hardware was not powerful enough to do an arcade port.
Right.
So they simply just used the idea and they made a game that's more suitable for a home console.
Right.
And I thought that is way better. Like Jackal.
Yeah, Jackal's another one. A lot of the Konami games translated better on consoles.
Like, I'd rather play the Nintendo versions of those games than an arcade game any day.
Oh, absolutely.
Because they're just more fun, better. Maybe, and they're definitely a lot easier.
Yeah, they're not as much of a quarters thing. You know, honestly, even though it's still insanely hard, I would actually put in there Ghosts and Goblins with that, or Ghouls and Ghosts. I don't know. I always get them confused. But it's Ghosts and Goblins. I would lump that in there with the whole idea of having the console port being better than the arcade. Just because I still remember like playing that in the arcade as a little kid and getting to that first Red Devil and just like I remember. I mean, how many quarters has that guy stolen from people? I mean, that probably more. Most of the money was taken by that first devil. Because unless you really know what you're doing, you have no chance to beat that thing. Yeah, I would say the only thing I don't like about this game is the superpower that I always forget I have. That's the only thing I don't like about it. And that's good. That's a good idea.
Nope.
Yeah, you gotta be dead on. This game is so intense, I keep forgetting to talk. There you go. You boss fight now? Yeah.
You probably do not want to play this game on drugs.
Oh my god, you go crazy. I don't think you can play this game drunk. You'd be struggling mightily. But yeah. These amiibo are the thing I don't like, because for some reason they're just way harder to hit and they have this weird pattern and... Ugh.
Multiplying.
Yeah, it's the other problem is that they like they split off on you.
The control scheme B is really difficult to use.
Oh really? Is it opposite?
It's not opposite. It just makes it so that you can keep the direction held down while you.
Oh, okay. I think I see what you're saying. How many of these things you have to kill? Some point. There you go. Then we get the boss fight that we can't figure out. At least I guess you just gotta sweep like that, like you can't stop. That's what it looks like. Yeah, I don't get what you're supposed to do.
You have to shoot all the green ones, I guess.
Wow. Boom! We did it! Nice! We made it. We made it to Pluto's. Now I get to go to Uranus.
Chance stage.
Whoa. Give it, give it. Yay. Yeah, I wish that continues. That would have been nice.
What's this?
I think it's bonus points. I don't know what points do you. I haven't seen you get an extra life for points yet. Maybe it's got to be some super high number. There we go. Middle school. This would be kind of a fun game to get really good at. The more I'm watching it, the more I'm like, I need to keep playing this.
Fucking that thing.
Whoa. That was like an angry testicle. Boom.
Is it the angry testicle?
I think it is.
What's the snail?
That's the snail, the space snails.
Whoa! It
Whoa!
got ripped on.
That thing just destroyed you.
That was not fair.
Yeah, that was kind of cheap.
Don't get in the way of the thing.
That thing is huge and pissed off, whatever it is. For some reason, it reminds me of something from, like, from Contra.
You shoot the snail, then it turns into an angry boy.
Yeah, turns into a spike hell demon. Turns into a Thagnarian snare beast. Nice. 29 left. 29 more stages to go. We got this.
Yep.
We got this by the ass.
These fucking things I hate.
Oh, man.
They just they do not fuck around.
Yeah, those things are... They're just the
Start
worst.
going nuts. Like, oh, make it.
All of a sudden it's like... You're going to jail now! It's like you said one
the
thing...
wrong shit.
Oh no, you did not shoot that shit at me.
Here he comes.
Snails of rage. Here he comes. He's just waiting for like, I dare you to hit me. I dare you. Ugh! Ah, he's coming right at us. Yeah, those guys are the worst. What?
Controls, man.
That was some cheapness.